If you haven't played Pokemon Masters, now is the time to start, because new players have a massive advantage over people that have been playing since the game came out, and that is because of compensation gems. So gems are the currency used to unlock trainers in their Pokemon. Those are referred to as sync pairs, and the way that you get them are sync pair scouts. Now, sync pair scout is done through free or paid gems, and that's effectively the monetization, that you can buy gems to speed up the process, or you can play the game and earn a limited amount of gems, and then they refresh daily, weekly, and stuff like that. However, whenever there is a major game issue, we get compensation gems, the biggest one currently being 6,000 to all players. Even if you are a new player that was not affected by any game issue, you just get to log on and claim those 6,000 free gems, which is equivalent to 20 sync pair scouts. It's an insane number. However, there's also the launch celebration rally. Also, one thing I want to note is that the 6,000 gems, that ends on October 12th. So that's why you have to start playing now, because if you decide to start playing late October, November, something like that, you're going to massively regret it because you are missing out on a huge chunk of gems. But we also have the special launch celebration rally. This gives you 1,000 gems just for playing the game the first time, 200 gems for logging in for that day, and then there's also the daily login bonus of 100 gems. So right there, you're getting 7,300 gems just for playing the game for the first time. However, a new compensation has been issued as of this morning, so at least existing players, you guys get this as well, but 1,000 gems have been made available. So as a token of appreciation for your patience with issues 1 and 2 listed above, we have sent 1,000 non-paid gems to all players. Please collect them before they expire. You have until November 7th on that. Pretty much, you just want to play, like, now, or depending on when this video, I'm probably going to take this video down, like, after October 16th, because then even the launch celebration rally is over. But if you don't play before October 12th, you're going to hate it. That gives you 8,300 free gems just for playing, and that's where rerolling comes into play. So rerolling is also the big thing of Pokemon Masters, and when can you reroll? Realistically, the only way you'll be able to effectively reroll is through the login bonus, and also any kind of compensation gems that come through. The fastest method of rerolling is progressing through the story until the end of Chapter 1 to receive 1,200 gems. So yeah, when you just get through the first chapter and you do your first Whitney Sync Pair Scout, you know, it's kind of scripted and automatic like that, then you can start collecting all of these bonuses and stuff, and you're also going to be getting gems from daily login bonuses, daily missions, there's ongoing events going on, and if you choose to progress through the story, you also get more gems that way. So a quick 15-20 minutes to hard reset your game, that's what a reroll is. It's pretty much deleting your profile and trying again to get sync pairs is going to give you the opportunity of almost 30 sync pair scouts. Now, the reason why this is such a massive advantage is because you used to only be able to roll for 4 sync pairs, and now you have like 28, and if you want to just kind of progress and grind through the story really quickly, you get a few more opportunities as well in a very short amount of time. And the thing is, there are some characters that are just much better for progressing and advancing through the game than others, so now you have many opportunities to fish for one of these characters. I think the most important character, the best character in the game, is Will. The reason why is because of how Xatu works. That we have a passive skill called Impervious, and it means that your stats cannot be lowered. Now, the reason why this is so good is because after your opponent uses a sync move, you lose all of your stats. So now you're weaker, they're stronger, and a lot of encounters then become impossible or incredibly difficult to complete after that. So we have that, and also we have stored power. So you get a character like Rosa, just for playing the game. Rosa buffs your special attack, well, that's going to make stored power stronger, that's also going to make your special attack stronger, and then Will can just kind of clear all of the major single player parts of the game, which is incredibly useful. Now, another reason why people want to reroll is to go for 5-star characters. Now, 5-star characters, they are rare, but they are also very powerful. The strongest ones being Brendan, because Brendan actually lets you defeat very hard EX courses very easily. Also, it takes a couple of other sync pairs on your team, but Brendan is going to be the most important one. Chris is also a very important sync pair, and Olivia is just kind of regarded as the strongest 5-star at this time. So the idea is, if you're doing this reroll, just keep rerolling until you get Will. Like, Will is the 100% must-have character, in my opinion, and then you can stop after you get Brendan, Olivia, or Chris. Preferably any 2 of those, like Brendan and Chris, make it really easy to do very hard EX Brock. Olivia makes it really easy to farm some of the other co-op inside the game. But Brendan, I feel, is more important for the late game, but Olivia has a lot more usability throughout the game. So ideally, if you just do a reroll, what you want to be going for is Will, Brendan, and Olivia. And even if you just get like Will and Brendan or Will and Olivia, you're also going to be getting thousands of gems through playing other elements of the game that could also end you with that character. And if you planned on spending money in the game anyways, then that's also something. It is very heavily RNG, but at the rate that you're getting gems from the rerolling, you can kind of just go until you get the characters that you want. Also, when you have that, you get your like one-time specials, and then there's also monthly specials for gems, so you can still get a good amount of value out of paying for the game. But I strongly recommend that you don't do any paid sync pair scouts outside of your daily discount, because you get multiple daily discounts per day depending on what the featured type scout is. So we have the featured type scout and then the Hilda Spotlight, and sometimes there's up to 3. So you can kind of go through those, and then you'll eventually burn through your money, but I think that is a much better value. Also, there is the one-time 5-star sync pair scout. I don't think it's worth it, because you just have to do the full-on value. That's like $20 just to get a 5-star, when you can re-roll with your 8,000 to 9,000 gems and get potentially 2 5-stars in 15 to 30 minutes that way. So I don't think that that is really that necessary, but there are some other things to keep in consideration right now, because compared to when Pokemon Masters first came out, we have a lot more events. We have a lot more opportunities for getting the early game items. So it's also easier for a player to kind of catch up with people that are stuck at the end of the story. So we have events that are going on. So if you complete the girl in black and white, I believe you get 450 gems, and that's actually a pretty low level for entry. And then the new event that is going on, which is also super good, the co-op battle rally, gives you 300 gems, and that's effectively just playing the game naturally, that you partake in super courses and co-op events, and then you get insane amounts of rewards. So as we can see right here, this has been like on screen the entire time. It says rally ongoing. Well, this rally actually gives you double the opportunity for super courses. So super courses are really good. This is how you farm gym leader notes. This is how you get tons of resources for getting a max level character. And now these are actually going on double for this week. So if you play this week, you're going to be able to get Will, which is used for completing super courses. Now, this isn't a guide video. This is just telling you make use of the resources that you have right now. And also, even if like you've beaten the game, but you're not really happy with all the characters that you have, if you feel that you haven't put in enough time investment to make a free like 30 sync pair scout roll worth it, that you can keep repeating until you get your ideal Pokemon, even for an existing player, it might be worth it to just do a reroll if you haven't invested an insane amount of time into the game. So this isn't really a guide for how to play the game. If you want one of those, check them out in the description down below. I have a gym leader notes guide, which is how you get your character to the final level cap. I also just have a basic beginner guide and story guides and stuff like that, so you can utilize those to beat the story in a faster, more efficient way than you would have otherwise done, and then you just get to hyper catch up with other people by making use of these resources. Also, if you check out the event guides, kind of gives you the same thing, because events are also incredibly useful. If we go over here to the event shop, we can see that there's opportunities to get other items. Now, I've already bought out all of mine, but what you do is you can get gym leader notes this way. You can also get 5-star power-up cards, so they make your 5-star sync pairs even stronger, and then you have the opportunity of even making some money. So you get extra money as well, which is used for unlocking evolution crystals and evolution shards, as well as getting your full move gauge available. And then there's also just a lot of things that you can get that way. Also, by starting, you're kind of in a good position. You can go and get those evolution crystals, get your first sync pair fully evolved, depending on who you get. Superior is a really good character to fully evolve because it is like the tankiest Pokemon in the game. So Superior just kind of sits there, absorbs moves, and buffs all of your special attackers. But if you end up going for Chris, along with like Brendan and or Olivia with Will, then get Chris for Alligator first, because that's going to be more important. And another reason to start playing Pokemon Masters right now is there's actually a data mined event. So we don't know the full details of this, but it's a special event, evolution material mining, because a lot of characters have come out recently, and we have Hilda. Hilda is a multiple evolution character, but there haven't been enough evolution materials inside the game to fully evolve Chris, Rosa, Meganium, and Embor. So this looks like it's also going to be a good way of catching people up with that. So you're going to have access to quick evolution materials without having to wait an entire month, and then just all the other benefits that I've been talking about, as well as the knowledge that players have gained about how to play the game. So this is just going to kind of set you up into an incredible godlike position, and that's why you might as well do it now. Like, even if you just hard grind Pokemon Masters for a week, and then you make it to the end of the story hasn't finished. We're still stuck on Interlude 2 for over a month. This is like the main complaint that people have with the game, is that the story isn't finished, and they're being really slow about completing it because most of the characters aren't even available. There's no Steven, there's no Cynthia, there's no Red, there's no Diantha, etc. And then even if you look at the teaser trailer, we have characters like Silver and Hugh, like the rivals, the professors and all that stuff. They're not in the game, so a lot of the story isn't really there, and that's also a big opportunity for gems, that when a new story chapter comes out, that's going to be gems, and if you get multiple chapters, then that's going to be extra sync pair scouts. But by completing the story, playing actively over the course of a couple days, getting your login bonuses, getting your compensation gem bonuses, you're looking at like over 12,000 gems. So once you get a team that you're okay with, you invest into it, and then we're looking at like 50 sync pair scouts for that. And then you also just get more gems all over the place, that if you have a really strong team, you do the training area. Well, the super courses, by fully completing a super course, you get 90 gems right there. So all of these are 30 gems the first time you complete them. We also have the regular training courses, we have all these co-op courses, more and more co-op courses and events keep on being added in, so it actually might be closer to like 60 sync pair scouts available inside the game with about a week of dedicated play, or if you just kind of pace it out a lot better, you're still going to have good access to a lot of characters and stuff like that. And that's what people are doing. You know, you re-roll for the characters that you want, and then you save gems for when Cynthia and other desirable characters become available. So instead of like having to just spend gems as you get them to potentially get a more usable trainer, and then most likely not get it because it's very heavy RNG, you're just in a better situation in every way. You have access to tons of resources now with the ongoing rally, you have a lot of gem opportunities, and you have a way of just getting the best team that's going to be incredibly efficient. So yeah, right now is a good time to just start up, hoard your resources, and then when the game becomes in a better state, like this game might catch fire once the story becomes more available. If they start doing more regular updates, if they are less stingy with the gems and stuff, then it suddenly becomes a huge game again. You're going to be glad that you spent all the time now instead of when there's less opportunity in the future. So if you guys enjoyed the video, hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.